Well, I guess things are going to be okay for Colin Kaepernick, because of course you've heard, just as the rest of the world has heard, he just got a big fat endorsement deal from Nike, which basically means two things. One, conservatives are going to throw a hissy fit about it and start burning their socks or cutting the Nike swoosh out of the clothes that they have, showing once again the limited ability of conservatives to think by destroying clothing or the other things they do, like waste food. Eventually just waste resources in general when you're angry about something. And on the other side, you're going to have liberals running out and supporting Nike for, frankly, the wrong reason. Now, for Colin Kaepernick, this is a good thing, which means the stigma behind him for daring to stand up to police killings is now over. Basically, you're not going to be able to ignore the guy who's the face of Nike. So this is great for his career. I mean, he's going to be okay after all, after having gone through all the things that have damaged his career by daring to oppose the random murder of black people. But here's the problem with that. You should boycott Nike for a good reason, like the fact that they get people killed in their sweatshops. In fact, Nike is one of the biggest exploiters of third world labor that have some of the worst conditions imaginable by mankind. I need only point to a couple of years ago where one of the sweatshops where the Nike clothing is made in Bangladesh, a building collapsed due to a lack of any safety regulation whatsoever. It collapsed, killing 200 people. And then not only did the company attack the people for daring to mourn, not only did they try to break up the memorial service that the surviving workers had for those who died, they demanded that they go back to work. So think about that. If you're a liberal, think about that when you go out to buy Nike stuff just because they have Colin Kaepernick on it. But isn't this really a thing of capitalism? You've got a huge dissenting voice that was talking about a real injustice that was being carried out in the world, and essentially they found a way to monetize it. Well, let's face it, a lot of the public really doesn't like innocent people being murdered in the streets by police. And that kind of personality which stands up to it is very marketable. And in fact, because he is so overwhelmingly popular with people who don't believe in the police going around randomly murdering people, that's the perfect face that you want to use to hawk your products at people. So this is really a bit more complicated than each side, the liberal and the conservative side, is trying to portray it. Yes, this does mean that he's not being punished anymore for daring to stand up against police violence. But, on the other hand, that message has now been co-opted by a corporation purely for profit making. This extends into the dynamism of capitalism. If you present something that is a threat to the system or a threat to whatever the particular established order of the capitalist society may be, in this case being racism, it will find a way to absorb it and make it its own. So this really just reminds us that if we really want this to stop, we have to abolish the system in general. There is no curing racism inside of capitalism. You're not going to get equality inside of a system that's predicated on inequality. It's not going to happen. This just reminds us, once again, that you really have to overthrow the system, that there's not going to be a happy, smiley face on it. But we also have the benefit of sitting back and watching the liberals and the conservatives attack each other, both of them with a false view of the situation. Not only do we get to shake our heads, but we also get to have the great feeling of frustration that the people of the United States are still not getting it. And this also reminds us that simply having a correct line is not enough. Because if something was just simply accepted as right, because it's right, then we wouldn't have a flat earth society. We wouldn't have people who deny the benefits of vaccines. So, that's my take on the whole Colin Kaepernick getting the Nike endorsement deal. I mean, it's great for him, but is it really great for the system overall? And is it really all that great for the people who have been killed by police? Yeah. But it's really great for Nike, because they're going to make a lot of money off of it.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.